Hello, my name is Brittany. This video is designed for my critical thinking about the history of computers class. Since I was born in the year 1993, I will tell you something that relates to computers, since that's the year that I was born. Well, have you ever wondered how the government has the ability to tap into phones as well as computers? This is called the Clipper chip. Well, the Clipper chip is a small chip that can fit into electronics such as telephones as well as computers. And the chip is very small and it's pretty inexpensive to make. The chip ranges anywhere from about $15 to $30 to manufacture. And once it's manufactured, the government has the ability to put them inside of phones as well as computers, and that's how they have the ability to bring up information as well as recorded phone calls or anything that relates to that. Well, on October 16, 1993, the White House Vice President Gore at the time announced that they would propose the ability to retrieve phone calls as well as bring up computers' data or information. And they would be able to do this by having the Clipper chip. And before retrieving information, the government as well as government officials like police officers will have to go through the court. And once you go through the court, basically you have to have permission and a court order to retrieve the information such as computer data, like codes or something that may be on a computer that's not legal, or previous recorded phone calls that have to do with situations. And basically, once you have the court order, you can obtain this information. And the government proposed that the Clipper chip was there to ensure safety and the ability to spy on people, which would protect the country from anything, because back in the 80s they had things going on in the war such as codes or broken language. And once you have that, you really can't prove that it was there, but with the Clipper chip being invented and being there, they would be able to retrieve everything that was said or anything that was documented inside of a computer, which would be proof that there was broken codes or anything of that sort. Many opposed of the creation or being able to have your computer hacked into and you really don't know. People had protests. They even had public television appearances of people opposing, feeling it would be basically invasion of privacy because nothing's really private, and your telephone or even your computer could be tapped into at any time, and basically you wouldn't even know. And people had public debates about whether the law should be passed. Some people thought it would be good because it would ensure safety, but others thought that it wasn't such a good idea because basically it meant no privacy and anything basically could happen, whether it was codes being broken, because in today's society people jailbreak, I hear, iPhones, iPods, things of that sort, which is against the law. And basically, the Clipper chip would be able to retrieve it and where it came from. So basically, the government knows what's going on and where things are coming from. 10 months later, on February 14, 1994, the law passed that the Clipper chip would go into effect through the White House and the government. So now anything such as crimes or anything of that sort, now, if anything happened, could be retrieved information, whether it was a terrorist attack or something. If there was information inside of a computer or phone calls that were recorded, the government can now be able to retrieve them and use it for helpful information to help protect the country. So overall, I think the Clipper chip was a good invention because it ensures safety just in case you never know what's going on. You're able to bring up information on computers as well as recorded phone calls as a source. And it's actually proof that something really happened, but you have your proof basically to back it up once it goes into effect. So now I think that the Clipper chip has basically helped our country out. I say that because even when we have things happening such as 9/11, there were phone calls that were retrieved, or even small things that go on in communities such as kidnapping or anything of that sort. They're able to actually, if a phone call comes in, they can track the phone call, see who it is, where it's coming from, the time, and even see if there's anything helpful in the background that's helping. So overall, I think that the Clipper chip is a good invention. And this is my YouTube video on the Clipper chip. Thank you.